The calm didn't last. Malik knew it wouldn't. Zara was too controlled to strike immediately, but Haydar was not. Haydar hated imbalance. He hated when fear stopped working the way it was supposed to. And now, for the first time, fear had shifted direction. Kikik felt it before anything happened. That night, the air felt wrong, too still, too quiet. Even the city noises outside seemed muted, as if something was holding its breath. She stood near the window, arms wrapped tightly around herself. "Malik," she said softly, "do you feel that?" He was already on his feet. Yes. The power cut without warning. The apartment plunged into darkness. Kikik gasped instinctively, stepping back. Malik moved instantly, pulling her away from the window, pressing her flat against the wall. "Don't move," he whispered. From somewhere outside, metal scraping concrete. Footsteps. Not rushed, not hidden, confident. Haydar didn't sneak. He announced himself. The sound of the building's back door opening echoed faintly through the stairwell. Kikik's heart hammered violently. "He's here." Malik's expression hardened, not panic, not shock, expectation. "Stay behind me," he said quietly. A shadow passed beneath the door frame, then a knock. 3 slow taps. Controlled, deliberate. Malik didn't answer. The knob turned. Unlocked. The door opened just enough for the hallway light to cut a thin blade across the floor. Haydar stepped inside like he belonged there. Tall, calm, dressed simply, no weapon visible because he didn't need one to make his point. "You shouldn't have gone to Kamal," he said conversationally, closing the door behind him. Malik stood his ground. "You shouldn't have come here." Haydar smiled faintly. "I didn't come for you." Kikik felt Malik tense instantly. Haydar's eyes flicked to her. "You look tired, Kikik. Running takes a toll." "Get out," Malik said flatly. Haydar ignored him. Zara doesn't like disorder, but she dislikes weakness even more. "And today, you made her look weak." Malik stepped forward. "This is between you and me." Haydar tilted his head. "No, this was between you and her." "This," he gestured vaguely around the room, "this is between me and consequences." The movement was fast, almost invisible. Haydar struck Malik once hard, driving him back into the table. The crack of bone against wood filled the room. Kikik screamed. Malik recovered instantly, lunging, but Haydar was already stepping back, controlled, measured. "I told you," Haydar said calmly. "I don't threaten." He turned his attention fully to Kikik now. "Next time," he said, his voice dropping, "I won't come alone, and I won't leave standing." Malik wiped blood from his mouth, eyes blazing. "Touch her again, and you won't walk out." Haydar smiled, not amused, curious. "Good. I was hoping you'd say that." He moved toward the door. "Tell Zara," he added over his shoulder, "that control only works until someone stops believing in it." Then he was gone. The power came back on seconds later. The apartment felt smaller, tainted. Kikik rushed to Malik, hands shaking as she touched his face. "Oh my God, are you okay?" Malik nodded once, breath heavy but steady. "I'm fine." She stared at the blood on his lip. "This isn't fine." "No," he agreed quietly. "It's confirmation." He looked at the door Haydar had walked through, his jaw set. Zara just lost her leash. Kikik's voice trembled. "What does that mean?" "It means Haydar acted without permission," Malik replied. "And Zara hates that more than anything." He met Kikik's eyes, something cold and decisive settling behind them. The game just changed again. And this time, it's personal. Zara didn't call immediately. That alone told Malik everything. If Haydar's visit had been sanctioned, Zara would have already been on the line, calm, precise, reminding Malik of his place. But hours passed, then more, and the silence stretched unnaturally thin. She didn't know. Or worse, she knew, and Haydar hadn't asked. Kikik sat beside Malik on the edge of the bed, carefully cleaning the cut on his lip. Her hands were steadier than she felt. Every movement was deliberate, controlled, as if slowing herself down could slow the world with her. He crossed a line, she said quietly. Yes, Malik replied, and not ours. He leaned back slightly, testing his ribs, pain flared, sharp but manageable. Haydar hadn't come to injure him badly, that hadn't been the point. The point had been proximity, presence. A reminder that no wall was thick enough. But Haydar made a mistake, Malik continued. He acted emotionally. Kikik looked up. He didn't seem emotional. That's the mistake, Malik said. Men like him think control means never raising their voice, never losing composure. But stepping into this apartment without Zara's approval, that wasn't strategy. That was impulse. As if summoned by the thought, Malik's phone rang. Zara? He waited one full ring before answering. You should have told me, Zara said. No greeting, no softness. Malik closed his eyes briefly. Told you what? Her breath was audible, now controlled, but sharper than before. Haydar acted without instruction. So you noticed, Malik replied. You're enjoying this, she said flatly. No, Malik answered. I'm observing. A pause, then, colder. He went too far. Malik almost smiled. Almost. He heard someone you consider expendable, Malik said. That's not too far. That's expected. Silence. He made it personal. Zara said at last. Malik opened his eyes. No, you did. When you decided fear would replace loyalty. Kikik watched him carefully now. This Malik, calm, grounded, unflinching, was not the man Zara had broken months ago. You want compensation? Zara said slowly. I want balance, Malik replied. And you don't have it anymore. Her voice hardened. Be careful. You think Haydar scares me less than you? Malik leaned forward slightly. No, I think he scares you more now. Another pause, longer, tighter. You don't understand the structure you're inside, Zara said. I understand it's cracking, Malik replied. And I understand you can't control someone who doesn't need you anymore. That was the moment. The shift. Zara exhaled, a sound she would never normally allow to be heard. Stay out of my operations, she said. Keep her out of it. And this ends. Malik looked at Kikik. She met his gaze, fear still there, but no hesitation. It doesn't end like that, Malik said. Not anymore. He ended the call. Kikik stared at him. You just walked away from her. No, Malik said quietly. She walked away from us first. He stood, wincing slightly, then straightened. From now on, Zara and Haydar aren't a single force. They're two problems, and problems like that don't survive pressure. Kikik swallowed. What happens next? Malik looked toward the window, where the city lights pulsed steadily, indifferent, endless. Next, he said, we decide who falls first. For a long moment, neither of them spoke. Then Kikik nodded. And in that simple gesture, Malik knew something irreversible had happened. They were no longer reacting. They were choosing. And somewhere else in the city, Zara was realizing a truth she had never had to face before. Control only works on people who still believe they need permission to live.